some good turkey. What is going on, everybody? Hey, thanks for tuning into the Truckmaster channel. I got a pretty exciting video coming your way here. I'm going to go ahead and install a EGR Delete on a 2012 6.7 liter Dodge Cummins. We're both going to collaborate, do this video together. So hopefully you guys enjoy it, and thanks for watching. All right, fellas. So first thing you're going to want to go ahead and do is you're going to want to go ahead and disconnect the batteries. Really, all you got to do is just take off the ground, the negative terminals. I mean, we're disconnecting electrical components, so it's very important that you disconnect the batteries. All right, guys, so next what you're gonna go ahead and do is just simply remove the 8mm bolts. There'll be 4 of them. All right, one right here, 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 and here.
First piece.
All right, guys, so now we're gonna go ahead and take that 11mm deep socket on the band clamp right there. There's one, and then the second one, which is right here. We're gonna go ahead and take that off, and we're gonna go ahead and zip those out, and then we're gonna go ahead and take that front tube off. Okay, so this is actually pretty tricky. You have this metal plate right here in the way, so for you to get a wrench in there, it's gonna be putting it at an angle, so it's not gonna actually get it. Say the easiest way to do this, guys, is to go up from underneath right here. See this? Look. And then go ahead and line up your open end right here, and then simply loosen it up. That's probably the easiest way you guys are going to be able to get to this bolt or this nut right here.
First piece.
Also, one thing to note, we used some tin snips to take off that bracket because it was a pain in the butt to get to that other side of the bolt. So it's probably easier for you guys if you have some just something to cut that with. It'd be probably a lot easier to go ahead and just take that part off. Very next thing, you're going to want to go ahead and remove that intake, because you're going to want to basically what you're going to have to do is get yourself some access to get to this heat shield right here and this entire EGR cooler. All right, guys, so that's the drain valve for the coolant. So basically all you're going to go ahead and do is just put a socket over that. You're going to turn it, open that valve right there, and go ahead and let it leak out. And let me show you where it's at. There's the driver's side front Remove those two nuts, which are going to be a pain in the butt. Probably going to need a swivel or an extension for this side right here. Okay, so we're having a problem removing this 15mm nut. So basically I don't have a swivel for that right there, so I'm going to have to go to the parts store and get that. But in the meantime, if I don't have any luck on that, I'm going to go ahead and just leave this on right here. We're going to remove all the other bolts off the EGR cooler itself and just disconnect it from that part right there so we have a little more clearance. So the whole cooler will be gone, and then I'll be able to get a socket from this side right here. Because right here it's going to be extremely tight. I can't go in down because it's down. It's not going to cut it if you guys just have something straight. So the easiest way to do this one is use an open-ended 15 combination wrench. Don't try to use a socket on that because there's just not a lot of room.
And out.
Too easy, huh? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and remove this bracket right here, this whole metal piece. The reason why we're doing that, obviously it needs to go, but we're going to get more clearance to remove this bolt right, this little nut right here. So it's going to be a 13?
Yeah.
So it's going to be you're going to have two 13mm bolts. There will be holding that on, one here, and then there'll be one right inside of here.
Yeah, they're underneath. They're not visible. You gotta look underneath to see them.
Yep. There it is, nice and long. Remove those guys so you get some clearance to get this out right here. There you guys,
That's it.
15 mil, whole lot easier. So remove the cooler.
First.
Yeah, remove that first. Don't try to tackle that right there off the bat. Don't try to pull this whole piece off right here.
Alright guys, now that we got all the system components removed, we're just going to install our block off plates. There and there. The one with the fitting for your EGT probe goes in the back. And it looks like the machine surface goes down. So I was thinking that I was going to put the shiny side up, but when I went to put the plug in, I didn't want to thread in from this side, which leads me to believe that they wanted you to thread it in this way because it had a chamfer right here. So they want the machine side down. So install your block off plates.
So next we're just installing the blocker plates. Make sure you use your existing 15mm nuts, and these are not supplied with the kit. Point of reference, guys, here's the bracket that we installed. Just put it on there loosely. You're gonna have to move some lines around in order to get the bottom bolt holes to line up so you can mount that. So now what we're gonna go ahead and do is remove this manifold bracket, or I'm sorry, manifold bolt right here. Go ahead and pull that out, and then we're gonna install a stud bolt that's gonna go in there, basically to support this bracket right here. So we'll show you how to do that.
So here's a stud, here's the spacer that goes between these bolts. You're just gonna replace it with a stud. You're gonna run it all the way down, and then you're gonna put this replacement nut over it. So now that we got this tightened up, we replaced the manifold bolt with a stud and a nut, Now we're just going to through bolt this plate, and this plate is actually going to secure this O-ring fitting into this coolant line.
All right, trans dipstick,
Yep.
nut and bolt.
Supplied in the kit.
Go ahead and just secure that. Be 11 mil. Guys, so this is a 6.7 Cummins EGR Parts and Accessories. And this is a LBZ 2006 Duramax EGR parts. We're just missing some of the tubes and stuff like that, the coolant lines, and then this is obviously an upgraded EGR intake system, but I can't find the other one. It's in my garage somewhere, but just so you have an idea, there's really only 3 pieces right here. Just like the EGR valve, the cooler, and then the pipe. And then you got all these. This is crazy. But what I will say is that the Duramax is actually harder to install a EGR delete on a Duramax than a Cummins. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and cut this thing a little bit. It's about 3 inches. And why are we cutting this? Because we're not going to, let me show you here in a second. All right, guys, so I mean, as you can tell, this is what we're doing. We're just sizing it up so we can couple it to this part right here. We're going to install it right here, and then we're okay, but other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. About 4 hours to do the install on the Cummins. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll make sure I get back with you. I'm gonna get out of the cold because it is nuts outside. But I appreciate your guys' time. Subscribe as always, and thank you so much for watching.